Hey there, podcast enthusiasts. Do you dream of starting your very own podcast in 2024? Well, have I got exciting news for you. Black Friday is just around the corner and I've got a special offer you won't want to miss. Introducing my Black Friday deal on my core group program, Start Your Podcast. You asked, I listened, and for the first time ever, I'm offering a 5-payment plan option, making it more affordable than ever for you to join me in this podcasting journey. But that's not all. You will have the freedom to choose from 2 start dates in early 2024, ensuring that Start Your Podcast fits perfectly into your schedule. This is your opportunity to turn your podcasting dreams into reality. Don't miss this fantastic opportunity. Be sure to join my waitlist now to get early access to this exclusive Black Friday deal. Visit donnaeade.com/Black Friday 23. That's Black Friday lowercase or one word and the number 23. The waitlist is filling up fast and there are limited spots available, so get in quick. Get ready to make your podcasting dreams come true in 2024. Stay tuned for Black Friday when this incredible deal goes live. Get on the waitlist today at donnaeade.com/Black Friday 23. You're listening to the Mindset and Action podcast, bringing you the map to grow and streamline your business in 2023. I'm your host, Donna Eade, your go-to gal for all things podcasting, planning and productivity. And I'll be bringing you all that plus mindset goodness from experts with knowledge to share. Let's make 2023 the year of success in your business. Welcome back to episode 2 in this Monday Mindset mini-series that I'm doing. If you missed the last episode, then I will link that in the show notes for you, or you can just go back 2 episodes on your podcast player and you will find it. We were talking about overcoming judgment in that episode. Today, we're going to be talking about perfectionism and procrastination. Can I get an amen? Oh my days, I am so guilty of this one. These tendencies can hold you back from starting your podcast. So I want to go into them in a little bit more depth with you today. It is natural to want your podcast to be perfect. I think there is a little bit of perfectionism in us all, really, but striving for perfection can lead to procrastination. And that is something that I have learned in probably the last 12 months, that actually procrastination and perfectionism are very closely interlinked. When you want to give yourself an excuse for procrastinating, it's because you want it to be perfect. So you're working on it. It needs to be perfect before you put it out there. So that leads to procrastination. But then when you want it to be perfect, you're also then going, well, I can't do that right now because I haven't got the time to make it perfect. So I can't do it right now. I will get to it another time when I can do it perfectly. So they really work in tandem to really just keep you stuck. Don't let that pursuit of perfection delay your podcast launch indefinitely. Start where you are and improve as you go. And I am a classic example of this, because if you are looking to be perfect, if I was looking to be perfect at podcasting, I would not have a podcast right now. I wouldn't be speaking to you right now as I am. And that is because I do not have the perfect setup for podcasting. So for me, the perfect podcast, you would have your own podcast studio where you've got foam all over the walls to make the sound really, really good. I'd have a really expensive microphone that is one of those ones that plugs in like the singing mics. It's not a USB mic, it's a proper mic that has to go through this switchboard of fantastic knobs and buttons that I have absolutely no idea how to use. And then it's got to feed through to a computer, and I'd need a sound engineer to keep me going and all of that jazz. And I don't have any of that. In fact, just as I said, if I had a podcast, I wouldn't have started yet if I was looking for it to be perfect. I realised that I didn't have my cushion up against the wall like I normally do, and I didn't have my soundproofing board thing that I use when I'm not set up completely properly for a recording in my hand. So there may be a slight difference in the sound from the beginning of this episode, because it's not got to be perfect. I just need to get it going. And I want you to see that you can go ahead and do things that aren't perfect and put them out there. And people are forgiving. I hope you'll be forgiving of me for that one. But the thing is if you don't start, you don't know where you're improving from. And for me, this is something that I have spoken about in a previous episode where I talked about innovation in your business, like doing that 1%, improving by 1%. If you don't get started, you don't know what you can improve. And I wouldn't ever say to you, just get started, do what you're doing and just carry on doing it like that forever. Look at it, listen back to it. What can I do to improve next time? And make those small changes. But don't let perfectionism stop you from getting started. It is so important just to get started with what you have. And you'll remember, if you've been a long time listener, I started with my headphone microphone on my first episodes, and I used that for maybe the first 10 to 50 episodes. I really cannot remember what my goal was to get my microphone, but it was definitely the first 10 to 50 episodes I did on my headphone microphone. So you can start with exactly what you have got. So here is some tips for overcoming that perfectionism and procrastination. You need to set yourself goals and deadlines. So when I'm working with students in my Start Your Podcast program, the first thing that they do in module 1 is they set a launch date for their podcast. And this is because I want them to have a target, something that they are moving towards as they're doing the program, so that it's not something that is just like, yeah, at some point in the future, I will use this program and I will get a podcast out there. It's like, no, there is an actual deadline that we are setting for ourselves. Create a content schedule and stick to it. So this is something else that I work with my clients on. I give them the rough idea of how long each thing is going to take so that they can book time on their calendar to make time to do it. Because if you don't make the time, you're not going to do it. So it has to be something that you're making the time for. And as much as I don't want to go back and listen to my first episodes, I know that I needed to get them out there so I could get to where I am today. And it doesn't matter that those episodes aren't flawless. It's all part of the learning process. So you need to get comfortable with iterating and improving over time. So that is it for this little Monday mindset mini. I don't want perfectionism or procrastination to stop you from creating and launching your podcast. So make sure that you are doing those tips. Set your clear goals, stick to a content schedule. Know that those early ones aren't going to be the best, but make a commitment to yourself to learn from them so you can improve as you go. Your audience will appreciate your authenticity and growth over time. So that is it for today. Join me on Thursday for our regularly scheduled episode. I have another guest episode for you coming up this week, which is exciting. And I will see you next Monday for part 3 in this mini Monday mindset series. Bye for now. Don't forget to hit those stars and leave a review of the podcast where you listen if you found value in what you heard today. It's a free way you can help the podcast reach more people just like you.